Dude, hopefully this is working. Battery's a little bit low, but I'm gonna try it out. And I'm taking a walk. I figured I'd do a live stream. It's Sunday morning. Had a bug just fly by my mouth. Anyways, just wanted to say good morning to everybody and do a live stream here. Just talking about dev, indie dev, right? People always hear the term indie dev, and and they don't always know what that means, or they don't. Obviously, not everybody does it. You hear about these games. It's kind of windy out here. Maximum football, access football, mutant league, right? Mutant football league. But today I'm talking about my experiences as an indie developer, which stands for independent developer, right? And I don't know, just figured I'd do some vlogging today. So this is not my normal thing. My battery's already at 20%, so we'll see how long this can last. But anybody who's here, welcome to the chat stream. And sorry for the camera. It's gonna be a little bumpy. I'm on the golf course, just walking through, and I don't know. Just figured I'd do some chatting. If you guys have any questions, obviously hit them up in the chat, and I'll try to get to them. But just want to give you guys an update on where I'm at with Legend Bowl and with gaming in general, or development in general. So basically, I released a Steam page for Legend Bowl I think it's been about 3 weeks now, and obviously Steam is the most popular distribution platform that you can have for your games. If you're doing an independent game on PC, that's the place to be, right? And just like anything else, you're gonna be in amongst a sea of different games and applications and software programs and all that good stuff, right? So you're basically lost. I mean, your game has no visibility, right? Unless you're a AAA developer or you have hundreds of thousands of people that are wishlisting your game, you're probably not going to be found. Steam has algorithms that they continue to change and tweak, and sometimes we don't know if it's better for the indie developers or better for the for the AAA titles, but it seems to always be better for them. And obviously, Steam's there to make money, right? So that's what it's about, right? But as an indie developer, you want to be seen, you want to be able to have your game be noticed. So there's a lot of marketing you have to do. You can either do it yourself or you can get a publisher to help you with that. Obviously, everybody you add on to it's love bug season here in Florida. Everybody you tag on to your project gets a cut, right? So so if you put a publisher on your game, well, guess what? They're going to take a percentage of your game profit, and Steam already takes about 30% of your profit off the bat, off your revenue. So whatever. So something to think about, because they do all the marketing, they help you with all of the advertisements, they have their networks, their social media, and getting a game to become visible takes some expertise and definitely takes a lot of work. So I'm not sure how I'm going to end up doing it in the end, but as of right now, I'm focusing on trying to develop the game. And that's why there hasn't even been a trailer put on Steam. And some people might say, oh, you made a Steam page without a trailer. And it's like, yeah, my thought there was to say, hey, the earlier I can put it out, I was thinking the earlier I can put it out, the better, because really what I need are wish lists, right? The more people that follow the game, the more people that wish list the game, the better chance I have of becoming somewhat visible when the game finally releases, right? And Steam always changes its algorithms. Like I keep saying, They even changed the way you can sell your game. Like they used to have green light. Early access is something that they still do, where you can basically put out demos of your game, like beta versions of your game. You can get feedback from the community. That's an option you can take, or you can wait until the game is really fully finished to release it. And I'm taking the approach of putting the Steam page out there, trying to get people to wish list, and hopefully get enough people to follow along and support it via wish list, basically, to to get my game on some radar when it comes out. Right. The plan is to get it to Nintendo Switch, and Nintendo Switch also, for those of you who don't know, is very restrictive on who they allow to develop for the Switch. What's going on, Historic Game Rosters? Things are good, man. It's Sunday. I can't complain. So yeah, so the Nintendo Switch is one of those things where you submit your game to them, okay? And you basically wait for them to tell you whether or not the game is going to be approved for development on the Nintendo Switch. So there's a whole entire there's a wall, there's a barrier to entry there that needs to be overcome in order to get into the Nintendo Switch, right? So I'm in the process of going through those hurdles, and if there's a component to getting in that is associated with how many followers you have and how many people support your game, well, I'm probably not going to get in. Okay, I don't have millions of followers. I have a small little community that you guys are obviously a part of, and I appreciate every single one of you. But the reality of it is, it's just not enough to get on the radar of big companies, right? So if that's part of the process, well, I'm probably going to be out of luck, at least initially, right? So Nintendo's really up in the air, and on top of it, even if they let you in, they basically then there's a cost to it, right? You have to buy their dev kits. You have to pay money to get equipment and download their SDK so that you can be in their ecosystem. And then you have to make sure the game works with their Joy-Cons and their controllers and their whole entire OS and all that good stuff, right? And the cool thing about Game Maker, on top of it, talking about cost, Game Maker Studio 2 is what I'm using. And Game Maker Studio, on top of it, they sell a port that you can port your game to different consoles, and each console costs a certain amount of money. I think it's under $1,000 or somewhere around $1,000 per year to have that license, right? So there's a cost to it. There's definitely the money factor there, and so my plan is to obviously make a game that's enjoyable, right? Make a game that people can actually play and like, and hopefully build on that game. And if I can get it to the Switch, I'd love to. If I can get the game released to other consoles, that's obviously on my hit list. But some of that stuff's out of my control. And that's where you guys have the control to spread the word, and me continue to market the game and really put some effort there to make sure that the game gets some legs, But I also have to make a good game. I mean, making a good game alone is enough work, right? Just to say, hey, don't worry about the marketing, don't worry about the budget, don't worry about your finances, don't worry about anything else, and just make a great game by yourself, right? Practically. I mean, I have an artist. His handle's Shroom Arts. He's very talented. and he's great. And he gives, he provides me with art. I basically pay him to create my art assets, and it's very helpful. But I still have to code everything. I have to take the animations and the sprite sheets and the frames, and I have to build that into a system that actually plays, right? So doing all the development, and and on top of it, sounds like I'm complaining. It's not complaining, it's just the reality, right? And then the fantasy, right, of making a game. And the reality is making a football game is probably one of the most difficult things you can do. That's why I give props to people like, the Canadian football guys, Canuck, the Canuck dudes, and even Access Football for what they're doing. It's a beautiful day. Historic game rosters, much appreciate. I lost what you said, man. I lost what you just said. But anyways, yeah, thanks for the support, man. This stuff's not easy. And it's not a complaint. It's more like, sometimes I say to myself, you know what, Javier, you should have done something that was a little bit more um whoops. Reconnect. Yeah, I had a notification come up from Twitch and I hit it and it go to Twitch on my phone. I'm on my phone, obviously. And these guys are playing golf in front of me and they're taking forever, so I'm just slowing down. But anyways, I'm making a complicated game. That's that's part of the not the problem, but like the complexity of it. If I was making like a 2D side-scrolling game or an RPG, even RPGs are huge, but at least the mechanics are pretty simple. You know, in an RPG, you basically walk around or run around. Maybe you have a sword or something. You talk to people. I think a lot of the work there is the content. So to me, I think the learning curve is a lot lower. A lot shallower, and but there's a lot to do. I mean, making a game, there's always going to be a lot of work. But some games are easier. They're more accessible, right? And even mobile games. People make mobile games because they're small and they're easy. Like they're a lot. The scope is so much smaller. And you guys might look at my game and say, "Hey, Javier, Javo, King Javo, you're making a 2D Tecmo Bowl-ish game, right?" I always hear people say Tecmo Bowl, and it's an inspiration of mine. But I wish my game was like Tecmo Bowl. Tecmo Bowl was a great game. Tecmo Bowl did a lot of things that they had a recipe for a really really enjoyable game. And to make a game that plays like that and feels like that and has all the nostalgia that Tecmo Bowl has, you don't just whip that up. You don't just snap your fingers and have that. I don't care if you're making a 3D game, a 2D game, a virtual reality game. That type of game is not an easy thing to pull off. And you know, so at the end of the day, it's going to take a lot of dev work. It's going to take a lot of tweaking. It's going to take a lot of testing. And what I've been doing before I create the trailer, I don't know. I just keep wanting the game to be better and better and better, and I'm putting more polish on it. And as of late, I've been doing turnovers, so adding in fumbles, adding in interceptions, and up to this point, my game never had any of those things, right? So when your game never was coded to even encounter a ball dropping on the floor and then people changing their behavior to jump on the ball and try to get the ball, and even like offense turns into defense if there's an actual turnover. And then even ball deflections. I mean, I'm doing ball deflections now, which I really didn't have the defense doing before. It was like you just catch the ball. And I'm working on the running game now as well. So the running game starts to look more, more challenging and also more rewarding, right? Up to now, running game has been basically, mute. Take a pause here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm working on turnovers. I'm trying to get the game to handle those types of events. And the rules, like if you fumble the ball out of bounds or if you fumble the ball in the end zone, if it's your end zone, you're about to score a touchdown and you fumble it in the opponent's end zone. What does that mean versus fumbling it on your end zone? And all those rules, because I'm making a game that has NFL rules, and that's something that I sometimes wonder if I should have done that, because that just adds a lot more work. I mean, there are people that might think, hey, you should have made a game that has no rules, because that would have made things so much easier and maybe even more fun. Who knows? I'm a sim dude. You guys know me. Follow me. I'm a simulation guy. I like the games that are sim. I'm not a Madden dude. I'm not. Man, it's not because I hate Madden, period. It's just because they don't make a good product. And, even the other indie devs out there that are making their games, those games to me are great efforts, but they're just not what I want. They're not going to be attractive to me because they're trying to tackle way too much, in my opinion. But I give them definite a nod. I give them a nod for their work and continue to do that work. That's what this video is about. This video is basically saying that there's a lot of work to do and the work never stops, and it's not fast. It takes time. You're coding an application. And my goal, though, is to get the running and get the turnovers to be working well enough to where it seems like it's pretty stable. And then from there, start to record footage so that I can make a trailer to tie it back to my Steam page. So that's basically the process that I'm working on right now. And for those of you who are interested in this kind of stuff, I'm just basically sharing my experiences and having a bit of an outlet this morning. And I'm excited about it. I mean, I'm excited to get the game out. I'm excited to get the game in front of people. And this is all a learning process for me. But it comes with a lot of challenges, comes with a lot of work. And my hope is by, I would say, like 2 weeks from now. That's probably an early time frame. I always am bad with trying to forecast timelines. But my goal is, once I tighten this up, I need to start recording gameplay, and hopefully the game runs stable enough to where I can create a trailer, and I can put the trailer on Steam, and you'll be seeing me begging people for wish lists. And yeah, my Bills, man, what's going on? I'm excited about my Bills, but I'm you got to understand, I'm a diehard Bills fan, like diehard. I'll wear my Bills shirt if we go 0-16. I'll wear my Bills shirt. I don't, you know, I don't. That's my team. That's my team till I die. That's my team. And some people might be like, "Hey, Javo, you're crazy, man. The team's trash, right?" No, it doesn't matter. That's my team, and I love my team. But I've also been through so many ups and downs, and more downs than ups, where I'm also pretty skeptical. And this year so far, we played the Jets. We should have lost that game. You don't give up 4 turnovers and expect to win. I give them credit, and I definitely think it was a building block for the team. They stepped up, they came back. It was definitely a learning experience for the young quarterback. And Singletary looks awesome. I love what I'm seeing from him. But at the end of the day, you know, it's the Jets, and the Jets are basically trash, in my opinion. I don't care if we were playing at their home or not. They're trash this year so far. Their defense is pretty solid, but their main dude, Mosley, he was killing us, and then he got hurt, and he basically got pulled out of the game, and that's when things started to turn around. So they have a nice defense, but not without him. It didn't seem the same. And then we basically skated our way. We skated our way. My phone's about to die, so I'm gonna try to cut this short. We basically skated our way to the first win. The second game, the Giants, right? The Giants. Giants are the laughing stock of the league. I mean, one of them next to the Dolphins. I mean, and now Eli Manning got pulled out. The Hall of Fame quarterback gets pulled out. I guess Father Time or whatever's calling his name. And they want to try the young dude, right? Daniels or whatever his name is. So, but even them, that game wasn't a test. And then today we play the Bengals. The Bengals, they're 0-2, but the Bengals have a decent squad from what I know about them. You know, that's not going to be a gimme. So, whatever. So what I'm trying to say is that I'm a Bills fan. But I'm also realistic with who we are as a team. We're a young team, and we have not been challenged, man. We have not been challenged. We've been playing some subpar, mediocre teams. So in order for us to really, we have a week 4 game against the Patriots, and that's our challenge, and that's our big brother, right? We have to punch them in the neck, right? We have to go at them hard. Like that video I keep seeing on Twitter where I think it was Clemens, where he freaking tagged Brady and knocked him out. I mean, Brady got right back up, but he hit him hard, man. Those are the Bills. That's the Bills' defense of back in the day, and we have to step up. We're going to be something once we can fight and we can beat up. We can beat up. Nothing wrong with being 3-1. No, but you have to listen. You have to get. First of all, we got to beat the Bengals, and I'm not even going to say we're going to beat. I'm going to probably pull it up here because I know it's starting to get a little sunny up in here. I'm going a different way because these guys are taking way too long on the golf course. I'm okay. Listen, I'd love to be 3-1. Shit, you go 3-1 every 4 games. You do the math. You know, you'd be what 12-4, right? So that's great, but you still got to get over beating the big brother. You're gonna have to beat New England. You're gonna have to beat New England. If you want to go to the Super Bowl, you're gonna have to beat them. And it's progress. I get it. It's progress. I'm not trying to say that they're not doing better because they're not progressing. I'm just saying that I want to see them contend. I want to see them respected by the league. I think we have a franchise quarterback in Josh Allen. He's got a lot of things to clean up, but he's getting there. I think he's gonna be able to do it. So I'm optimistic about it, even though I sound pessimistic about it. But you got to understand, I'm a diehard fan. I know my team. I know what they can. I know what they've been through, and I've watched every single game for a long time. And hey, we got to win this game, one game at a time, right? So we're going to take today, and we're going to try to hit them. And it's our home opener, so we have something to prove to our fans, and we should be able to work this team. And let's just control the ball. If we keep turning the ball over and we make those mistakes, you can't win. You can't shoot yourself in the foot and expect to win. You guys, enjoy your Sunday, man. Enjoy your teams. This is about football. This is about the game we love. And, go Bills. I heard people say they're a Colts fan on here. Enjoy your team, the Giants, and you guys, enjoy your team, enjoy your week. This is a beautiful league, and I wish there were things about them. We can get into the topic about the NFL and the license and all that, but I'm not getting into that right now. But at the meantime, man, Baker Mayfield is like a Doug Flutie in a sense where, and I'm not even going to give him that credit because Doug Flutie did a lot. He proved himself time and time again, and he to me was a phenomenal player. He just didn't get the right opportunities or didn't make the most of his opportunities early on. And there's a learning curve, right? But Baker Mayfield, he's got those X factor attributes, right? He can make plays. He's dead balls accurate. I mean, when he gets a shot, he's dead accurate. And he's got a pretty damn nice receiving crew, man. I mean, Jarvis Landry hasn't done much yet, but Odell, man, he played a hell of a game last week. So, but you know what? Josh Allen has the franchise has the franchise build, man. The guy's tall. He's got a rocket of an arm. He's tough, man. He can run. He can put his speed at play, and he's pretty agile for his size. He's a young dude, and he's talented as hell. He just needs to grow with the system, and he needs to get the right people around him. And I think that we're getting closer and closer to that. And he needs experience. So let's get it, man. It's Sunday, football Sunday. You enjoy your team. You enjoy your Sunday. I know I went through all different types of topics here, but I hope you guys, have a great day. And I'll check you guys next time. And sorry for the shaky camera. Shake, shake, shake. There'll be more videos coming soon. So I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Support Legend Bowl. Tweet that out. Tell your friends. Tell everybody. Let's get that game wish listed up. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you don't subscribe to my channel. And let's have a fun day. It's football, baby. The Bills need to go 3-0. We'll see how it goes. Peace, guys. Later.